Hello there, everyone. Welcome to this third Let's Play of Madden with the Raiders. There was another video planned before this one where I had played 28 minutes against the Titans. The Tennessee Titans, we won pretty good, but the mic was muted. So that was essentially waste 28 minutes of me talking to myself. In that video, I was talking about the complexities of being a Cowboys fan. So here's a little bit of history or some stats for you. The Cowboys have a market cap of $228,722,477, and this is a team that struggles to make it even to the postseason, and sometimes, like this season, they couldn't beat the 49ers. So this is a team that has $228 million, but can't put together a team. And I think that's mostly because of, I think it's Jim Jones? I was getting mixed up with the cultist guy that killed like 800 people. But he has the last name of Jones. I think he's a guy he's an older guy who thinks like his shit doesn't stink, and I think he interrupts Dak Prescott's plays. I think he interjects himself and he just makes these shitty calls. I don't think he lets the Cowboys coach make the calls. I know, I'm just theorizing here. I don't know the inner workings of the Cowboys, but obviously something's wrong with your team when you have a $228 million cap for the season and you can't make shit work. Something's wrong with the Cowboys. And the Cowboys have one of two teams that show up to every game, and that is the Cowboys who are going to suck and the Cowboys who are going to totally destroy the team. It's one of the two. It's never like consistent, and I think there's a problem there. I think they need like a Bill Belichick. They need a coach that can mold that team into a consistent operating team on both offense and defense. But here, weekly strategy. Speaking of, this is where you can level up your players a little bit quicker. So basically, I don't really give a shit about any of this. If you just hit the, I think this is the start button. It's the one with the two squares, or the back button. You smash that twice, and it's automatically going to pick a, it's going to automatically pick a thing to do, and you just hit start training. And the cool thing about this is it levels up your players on offense and defense because they're training. So this is a way to level up your character sheet, drill XP on the left, bonus XP, focus HP. So it's a way that eventually over time you're going to unlock more stats and more abilities. Your players are going to become more individually better when you do this. This is one thing I didn't learn when I started playing the game. So always make sure you train up your guys. They'll catch better, they'll play better for the game. And so basically some real life stuff. There was just something that happened at work today. So I work at a convenience store, gas station, and for those of you who don't know, if you buy anything at these kinds of stores, you're getting ripped off, mainly because the markup of the price of in-store items, it's like a convenience tax, just because it's there, because you're getting gas and there's like other shit going on. So this old guy comes in. He's wearing like a Methodist hat and a Methodist shirt. I mean, I guess if you want to be proud of like where you're from in church, but this guy kind of did his church a disservice because, you know, he was looking for AAA batteries because there's fucking tornadoes where I'm at, or there was supposed to be some tornadoes. I don't know if any touchdown, but I was at work. So this guy's looking for AAA batteries, probably for a flashlight. So he's looking at the batteries, and I tell him, oh, you can probably find a better deal at Dollar General and Walmart, because that's where you can buy more batteries for the price of just 2 at a time. And of course, he says, oh, I don't want to go all the way out to Dollar General or Walmart. And I'm like, oh, okay. I was like, I warned you. So he comes to the register, and guess what this fucking old boomer does? He wants to know the price of the batteries, so I ring him up. And the batteries are like $5 for 2 batteries. Reminder, this is a convenience store gas station. You're basically getting robbed. So, basically, he says, oh, I could buy 6 of these for way better somewhere else. It's like, yeah, that was what I was telling you, you fucking old fart. That's what I was saying. You could probably get these. Anyway, it's just people that work in the general public, they don't listen to you, And basically they just want to complain all the fucking day. All right, there we go. Renfro's doing it. And this isn't just one instance. This is like every day. Some smartass, some dipshit comes in there and thinking they know better about prices. And be like, I'll just get somewhere else. Yeah, that's the point, retard. That's why you shop. That's why they call it shopping. So you can find a better price somewhere else and go more for your money. And I'm not mad at that. I'm just mad at people being dicks about it. Oh, here we go. Josh Jacobs. Let's go. And, of course, we heard, like, the emergency broadcasting system for, like, tornadoes and, like, bad weather, wind going off constantly at work. So you're doing all that, dealing with shithead customers and people who don't want to listen to you because I guess they're just elderly old people wearing Methodist shirt that want to complain about fucking shit all the time. And even it's gone to the point now where it's probably going to result in me getting fired, but I always tell people there's also two other higher priced things where I work. It's ice cream and beef jerky. They have some beef jerky sitting there for $11. It depends from $11 to $20 for a single bag of jerky. And so I'm always warning people ahead of time, like, oh, by the way, our ice cream and beef jerky is high priced when they're there, because I'm sick and tired of fucking hearing people complain about the gas prices. And then, of course, this is the last story. The wind has blown loose one of these lights at the store, and it's barely hanging on by, like, a thread on the top. And it's like, we know this, we've seen this for about 2 weeks. It's gone through about 3 windstorms now, and it hasn't flown off. The construction workers did a hell of a job. This thing hasn't fell off. But of course, guess what happened? There's people, hey, your light's about to fall off. It's going to fall off. And I'm like, yeah, I get paid minimum wage, and I'm not going to get up on a 12-foot ladder to try and fix this light, which I have no experience with fucking construction. I have no experience with electricians' work. You know, and it's just like, yeah, no shit. I can't do anything about it. But anyways, it's just, I mean, and there are people trying to just, you know, just let us know. But, and that's all good. I get that. You know, you don't want people's, you know, it to fall off and crush someone. I get that. But in the same sense, you know, I get paid like $11 an hour. I'm overworked, underpaid. And quite frankly, if I'm going to be honest, where I work, this job is fucking shitty. And this game has frozen for some reason. That's great for a playthrough video. Come on. How long is this shit gonna go on for? There we go. Thank you. So, sorry about that interruption. So yeah, it's just bad weather. People were being annoying at the deli. Someone yelled at a coworker for no apparent reason, because of course our kitchen is loud as shit. There's 2 fryers. Yes, this is a gas station with 2 fucking fryers to deep fry things. There's also a pizza oven, and all these things are running consistently. And the deli is right outside the kitchen, so you can't hear shit, even if you're in your prime. And of course, you know, someone saying, what was that? I can't hear you. You need to speak up. And the guy just openly yells at a coworker. And it's like, wow, man. Like, we're not talking like, you know, speaking louder. He openly yelled. You could hear this person outside yelling over, I believe, fish, believe it or not. Of course, we're throwing duds now. And we're going to go for it on 4th down because we're not quitters. We're either going to have success or we're either going to make it to the toilet or we're going to shit our pants. It's do or die. But anyway, that's just a small section. All right, let's go. Yeah, that's how we do it. That's what the Cowboys need to do. They need to take more risks like that to go back to football. They need to make more risks on 4th down. They need to stop playing too conservatively. And, of course, the Cowboys players need to stop making errors and penalties. Oof, we almost get sacked. That's one thing if you do watch the Cowboys and you're a Cowboys fan, sometimes they make these 11th hour fuck-ups and penalties that totally throw the game. So, yeah, the Cowboys, they're still my favorite team, even though they're such a hard team to like. All right, let's go Darren Waller, number 83. The guy who catches everything. He's like a Witten. If you remember Witten from the Cowboys, that guy could always catch a ball. In fact, Tony Romo, he was like the go-to fullback, I think. Tony Romo was another one of those over-exaggerated QBs that's fucking terrible. I mean, he's a good guy in real life, don't get me wrong, but yeah, not the best, not one of the best QBs the Cowboys have ever had. Not since Staubach or Troy Aikman, of course. Troy Aikman, speaking of which, if you ever seen Troy Aikman's hands, if that dude slapped you, he could, like, probably kill you. His hands are that big. But then again, you'd have to throw some of the balls Aikman has and some of the distance. All right, come on, let's go, Waller. Don't let us down. Oh, you turd. All right, let's change it up. The defense is onto our shenanigans. Let's go, Adams. There we go, first down. But yeah, the general public, my consensus is dealing with the general public. A lot of people are nice, especially where I live. Some people have hearts of gold, good, decent people, and that's like across the board. That's white people, African Americans, migrant workers from Latin America even are pretty chill. But there's quite a few, just what I'd like to call the froth and debris of humanity. And basically today, like all the tornadoes and bad weather and wind basically blew that into the store today. And it's pretty trying. It's mentally taxing, like socially mentally taxing. I'm like one of these people who are extremely antisocial. In real life, I have hardly any friends. I'm single as fuck. I don't think I've actually... Yeah, I'm not going to get too into detail because, one, very few people care. But anyways, yeah, it's nuts. And I did get my money back that this stupid ATM stole at work. You see, if you're going to use an ATM at a gas station or convenience store, make sure the weather's not terrible because there was like internet connectivity issues, so it kept 100 and it charged me twice for withdrawing money that wasn't there. But that was cool. I was able to get my money back. I also won, I think it was like $300 on these skill machines. There's this other gas station I used to work on. They have these dumb gambling games that I play from time to time, and I'm pretty good at... Oh, you fumble. Oof, at least we recovered it. Could have been bad. So it's second with 11 minutes. Thank heavens, that could have been terrible. But yeah, if you have an option between working with the general public and like doing manual labor, I don't know. If it was me, I'd rather do manual labor and like actual legitimate work than dealing with the public. Just because people suck and people are mean, and it keeps getting worse and worse due to the economy. We have like inflation, we have a president that shits his pants and doesn't know what the fuck he's doing, and we have a government that's like-minded, and price of the dollar's collapsing, the economy's getting shitty, inflation's going rampant. So I've personally seen the items of in-store candy bars go from like, they jumped a whole dollar, so they're like $2.98 per candy bar. And we're not talking like the king size, we're talking the regular size. So even out here, that's gotta be touchdown. Where I'm at, this rural place, inflation's like running rampant. Gas is like now at $3.19, a gallon. I mean, compared to other places like California, New York, that's still considerably cheaper, but still, for the place I'm at, it's still basically wallet murder. Waller's a mutant, dude. Look how big this guy is. Speaking of mutants, at least Tom Brady retired. You know, that guy had, like, experimental, like, growth. He was taking experimental, like, growth and, like, muscle enhancers. I mean, it's not steroids, but he was still, like, basically a mutant. And I'm kind of glad he's retired, because now the announcers and the NFL can talk about someone different for a change, instead of Tom Brady and the Patriots or Tom Brady and the Buccaneers. There's another team that has a badass logo, the Buccaneers. And that's going nowhere. So things are fine. It's just, man, working for a living sucks. All right, let's go, Jacobs. Let's see what can Jacobs do. So we're not really having any, like, really big blowout plays, but we're in the lead by 28. That's a considerable lead. That's nice. Yeah, let's have Carr run it. That's risky to do. The Cowboys did that with Dak Prescott. He got his ankle broke. And then we were stuck with the, like, Cooper Rush is decent. But there was another backup QB that we were using other than Cooper Rush. And that guy was absolute dog shit. So, if you're playing this in the higher difficulties, don't run with your QB too much, because you don't want to lose your main quarterback. Thank you, number 17, for saving that play. So, we're going to give that guy a pay raise. Thank you. Oh yeah, I think this is a rivalry game. Broncos and Raiders. Now that's another team that's gone downhill for some time, the Denver Broncos. They have, I think it's the wide receiver, is it? It's Talib. And that guy's a dick. If you ever seen him play, the guy's a total turd. Alright, can we... Oh, ooh. Oh, where's my offensive line? Nowhere. It folded like the French in World War II. Alright, let's go, Renfro. Save the day. Nope, you're almost going to throw it. Interception. Shit. Well, we have to do field goal. Oh, well, points are points. Raiders. It looks like Denver can't do crap, so this is going to be another game where we physically manhandle the other team, and brutally. There we go. Holler. So someone else. Try Cole. Of course, we're doing slants because I'm lazy and... Alright, let's go. Ooh, flag. I'll have to see if it's on offense or defense. Yeah, it's coming back. Good job, Colton Miller. Thank you. And that's what can kill an entire offensive drive. And that's what happens to the Cowboys quite often. So there we go. There we go. We made our penalty yardage back. All right, Jacobs. Let's run it all the way. Nope. Well, take a first down. So basically, for people who are new to watching American football, very few, I doubt, would click on this video. But so you have 3 tries to go 10 yards. When you make it 10 yards, you get another set of 3. Now, you can go for it on 4th down. But if you fail the 4th down attempt, then it's a turnover and defense gets it where you're currently at. So that's the risk about going for on 4th. Usually, you punt the ball away or go for a field goal on the 4th try if you don't have any success getting those 10 yards.
It'll be the Broncos getting the football first in this second half as they trail, and we are back underway. Fielded right around the 8. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
And now it should go to Sim for the rest of the defense.
2 fantastic games coming.
Okay, the Broncos are putting points on the board. Cool. Because I don't want to win by like 50 points.
At the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. Carr now on first down. They'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. And now we get into the
Let's try Devontae Adams.
Because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot.
Ooh, interception. Shit. Someone tackle him, please. Oh, there's nothing more aggravating when your QB throws the interception, especially when you're watching American football. It's the most, like, gut-punching thing. And most people aren't as stupid as I am where I throw these high-risk passes where they're being, like, double or triple covered. That's not smart. Don't do that. Oh, there we go. Oh, yeah.
Other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 25 yards there on the catch and run. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 44-yard line. Now Carr. Throw right side going to be caught by Waller.
Oh, just gonna steam forward for a bit.
Down around the 15-yard.
Nice.
28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. When you get a big tight end like this,
And of course, so there's power outages. Like, I think at one point half the county had no power. But guess where it still had power? Of course. At the job that I hate, and the job where I work, of course. That was the only place that had power. So here, me and the other coworkers were like, oh, please have the power go out so we can go home early. Nope. Guess again. Of course, it's not too far from, like, an army base, so we speculate that it has, like, preferential, like, grid or power grid preference. That was just a conspiracy theory, though, but it's not too far from an army depot. Which, interestingly enough, they, for some time, they were disposing mustard gas and other, like, nerve gas agents and stuff out there. Which is a little bit concerning, but...
On play action. Now Carr. That's caught by Waller out left
Dang,
side.
dude. Broncos defense can't do anything. Oh, and they're catching up. So their offense is doing work. We're only up by a touchdown, essentially. Or 2 scores, but still. Oof. Ranting Gregory. Good for him.
So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Carr now to throw.
That becomes too much a problem. I'm going to fire my entire offensive line. That's one thing why also Tom Brady's so great. It's not only his like immense and like impressive skill, it's usually his offensive line. Because he can sit there in the pocket like all day making a decision and then just throw these passes because he's well protected. And that terminology, the pocket, is basically like a small area from when he hikes it to about like a yard or so back. So usually if a QB has a good offensive line, well, for example, they can actually make good passes. Boy, if I'm not careful, I can lose this game. Fourth and 14. Oh. Oh. So we doinked it and still went in. Yeah, so unfortunately we'll have to do a whole lot of runs because we don't want to give the Broncos. Ooh. Well, at least it's 1 yard gain. Not worse.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
The Raiders on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 4.
Oh, right into 2 defensive linemen.
This one's succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense, diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
I don't think there's any one particular, this is just some random that popped in my head. There's not one, like, NFL team I really, truly hate. The Eagles, I don't like that much, but I wouldn't say I hate the Eagles. But that'd be the team whose fans are like the absolute worst. In my opinion, other people say it's Cowboys fans are the worst, but basically whenever you have sports plus alcohol and a whole bunch of like jacked up like dipshits, basically all fans are pretty bad. Raiders fans get a little bit rowdy. Some people say Raiders fans are the worst. And Steelers fans are relatively pretty bad. Let's air it out and see what can happen. Someone catch that? Oh. And there's the thing about that's stupid about sports is how there are people willing to kill other people over sports teams. You know how sad that shit is? We're willing to get in fights over sports teams. Yeah, as far as basketball is concerned, unfortunately, I hate the Lakers. And now that they've had LeBron James on their team for a while. LeBron James is this just guy who's up his own ass. He thinks he's God's gift to the world. And the guy's quite the asshole in real life, LeBron James. He's this prideful, spiteful, rumored to be Illuminati, enrollee. There's all kinds of stuff about it, but people hate him for that. And he's kind of a flopper. So in sports terms, what that means is someone who gets touched or bumped and they act like they've been hit by a shotgun to draw a foul so they can go to the free throw line. So basically it's a way of drawing a foul or a penalty to favor their team. I mean, it's a tactic that's pretty dirty. It happens in European football quite a bit. You've seen if you've ever seen, proper football, when these people are hit by a sliding tackle, it's like they've been, shot in the shins by a 12-gauge shotgun. You'll see them keeled over and flop around and be like, oh! It's the most pathetic thing. But there's another win in the books against the Denver Broncos. And hopefully you found this video weirdly interesting or entertaining in some way. If you did, leave a like. If you didn't, leave a dislike. If you can, leave a comment. Subscribe if you haven't. And welcome to Kaiser Games. We will be playing different games in the future too. It won't be just Madden shit for those of you who aren't sports ball fans. So I'll end this one here. Thanks for watching. Take it easy. God bless. Stay happy. Stay healthy. And just be safe because the world's crazy out there.